Please welcome Mr. Richardson.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good morning. I am a storyteller, so this will not be about technology. This is good. I have just heard thank you, so that's very good. This is going to be about culture. The thing I enjoy about what I do every day is that I get to work with people. I'm a worldwide resource, and so I speak to people across the world, and all of us have similar problems. All of our people have similar needs, and that's what we're going to discuss a little bit. It's almost, I consider it a bit of a perfect storm. There's a perfect storm happening. And storms happen when two things come together, when hot air, cold air. The two things that come together here at the same time are technology and culture. They're colliding right now. In the past, technology has driven culture. In the US, when we came out with TV dinners, remember, how many old enough to remember TV dinners? Don't raise your hands. TV dinners. When we had TV dinners, we moved from the table and moved into the TV room. Technology changed us. Now, culture is changing us. Culture is changing the technology. There's a demand. Your people have a demand, and you need to meet that demand. So focusing on culture. And instead of using industry, statistics, I like to use stories, because I love stories, okay? If you don't mind, would someone just participate with me? Ma'am, what is your name? Do you mind? Okay, and tell me, what is your job? What do you do? If I were to ask you, what do you do for a living? Yeah, but for a job, what's your job? So customer relations, and okay, very good. Okay, now if I were to watch you doing your job really well, if I were to see you and you're doing, what would I look at you doing? What would you be doing? You know, if I saw you being very good at customer relations, what would I see? I'm asking you to use the mic. I'm going to ask you to use the mic so I don't have to repeat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
You see our service to be improved and satisfying all our customers. That's our mission.
That's your vision, okay? Now everyone in the room, think, what is my job? And please hold it one more. Oh, actually, you can leave it right. Everyone, we have a job. And we know what it looks like when we're doing it really well. There's a third question. So what keeps you from doing the thing that you're meant to do? What gets in your way every day that keeps you from doing your job really well? What frustrates you? Now anyone can answer this question. What are some of the things that frustrate you every day? Anyone? Searching for information. Isn't that horrible? Trying to find stuff. What kind of feeling do you have when I talk about meetings? Meeting. Another meeting? More email? Another problem to have to handle? You come into work in the morning, you feel energized, and then all of a sudden just everything, right? We're at a time when we're forced to look at how do we work differently. How do we work differently? So we're going to look at a couple of cultures, and we're also going to look at some of the technologies that might help you. The first cultural piece is chaos. It's crazy. I rode here this morning in a cab. You're crazy. Driving here is crazy, right? At work, things are crazy. Many, many things going on. You work for me today. You are all my employees. And I, as your manager, I'm going to ask you to think about something that we've never done before. I'm going to ask you to think about a problem that's a really big problem. I'm going to need you to be very creative. Okay, be very creative. Where are you when you have your best creative thoughts? Pardon? At the toilet. That's great. There's a lot of similarity. Anyone else? In the bedroom. Anyone? Driving. Okay, you have a lot of time in the car. You have these great thoughts. That's good. I personally, the shower. In the morning in the shower, and there's actually something that's said about water helping us think better, so maybe we should all just take this outside to where the falls are at. But water helps us be creative. A gentleman by the name of Jason Fried wrote a book called Rework. And for 10 years, he asked companies across the world, where do you do your best work? Where do you do better? No one said, at my desk, in my office, sitting in front of my computer. Why? That's where they're supposed to do their best work. But why don't we do good work at work? It's because of interruptions. It's because we're constantly being pulled at. We need to have time to think. We need to have time to be alone. We need to have time to process. To overcome chaos, you need clarity. Clarity, something to put the pieces together. I juggle, okay? And if you juggle, there's rubber balls, and then there's eggs. If you juggle them both, if you drop a ball, a rubber ball, it bounces. No problem. You drop an egg, it breaks. Okay? Our life, your work, every day, when someone sends you an email, someone asks you a question, someone calls you on the phone, they're either a rubber ball or they're an egg. You can let it go, or you must take care of it. The problem is, because we have so many things, we have to treat everything like it's an egg. So we open every email, we answer every message, we read everything until we say this is not an egg, I can let it go. We can help you. There's a product we have called IBM Verse, and what it does is it looks at the way you work, and it looks at what you do, and who you talk to, and who is important to you, based on the type of work you do. This is an example of Verse. So imagine your email type system. This is not just email, but it does email. This list of people up here, those are people that I have said, these are important to me. This is Jenny Rometty, the CEO of IBM. If she sends me a message, it's an egg. I've got to take care of it. My boss, my friends, people that are important to me. If they say anything, if they send me a message, if I get a text, a little light shows up next to their picture. It says, this person wants your attention. The egg is asking for help. I automatically look for it. But Watson and analytics and other things within the system are beginning to look and say, these people here, there's a little line here. You may not be able to see it, but these people here, these are people who might be important to you. These are people who recently you've had meetings with. You've answered their emails recently. You've been asked to participate in activities with them. So it puts those people up on the screen to help me. And then when I do get a message, I can say, who are these people? How do they relate to me? Is this something I should take care of? Is this something I should ignore? So Verse helps give you the clarity. The second, so chaos, we have some clarity. Confusion. Confusion. I know we have a lot of people in the room who are HR, okay, HR people. All of us, think back to your first day on the job. The first day you came to work, okay? Sir, what's your name? I want to welcome you to work. Thank you so much for being here. A new employee, I take you and I go, here's Bob, and Bob does this, and here's Mary, and they take you and show you around. Remember that day they showed you around? And then they put you back at your desk and said, we're happy to have you here. We're looking for great things. If you have any questions, just ask. And then they did this. And your head exploded. You had so many questions. You knew nothing. You were lost. That happens every day in your companies. Not just with new people, but I'm a person and I get put on a new project. I get put with a new team. I don't know people. Think for a moment right now, picture in your head, who is the smartest person in your company? Who do you think is the smartest person? And if you think of yourself, we can just talk, okay? But there's probably a smart person that you know, right? There's a person. How do you find smart people? Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm standing in front of you. How do you find smart people? Anyone? You ask questions, they answer questions. They seem to know people. You find these smart people. The problem is, you're a new person in my company. And you don't know who's smart. You have to discover that. What if I could help connect you to smart people? You have the same job that I have. The people that I think are smart, you probably think are smart. We need to connect people together. So to overcome this confusion, overcome this ability to say, I'm lost, you need to have connection. At IBM, we have to say, I can be as smart as you, only 5 minutes later. Because as Matt Newman, who's going to speak shortly, when he creates something that's important, or even when he creates anything, he puts it where I can get to it, if I want it. As people come up with new ideas, they post it where I can see it. So the idea is, if you're smart, I can use what you give me. Watson actually helps us make those connections. It helps us to understand who the smart people is. And it's not just a matter of title. It just doesn't look at managers and executives. It looks at who are the people that when they create something, other people use it. Who are the people that when they say something, people listen? And we can watch this. Who's listening to who? Who's leading? Who's following? We can find that out and help you, point you to the people that you need to talk to. We have a profile page. And I'm sure that Matt's going to probably show something like that to you, but it's a page. We think the person is the most important asset you have. Of all the computers, of all the system you have, this is your most important computer right here, one person. And this person has ideas, they have knowledge networks, they know people who know things. We believe that this is the most important piece. Because of that, we have a profile page, which is a page that says, this is who I am, this is how you contact me, this is where you ask me questions on this page. A gentleman that I know posted on my page a question, and it was very technical. And in case you don't know, I'm not technical. It was a very hard question. I looked at the question and said, I didn't know the answer, but someone else that I know answered. And the person who posted, his name is John, he said, thank you. So I thought, good, question answered. You know, I went to John. I said, John, why did you put that on my page? Because he knows me. He knows I'm not technical. He told me, I know you don't know, but people that you know. Louis, you're an idiot. But you have smart friends. Okay? People have smart friends. People have smart people around them. So if we can connect these people together, imagine what your organization can do. Imagine what your company can do. The third force. We've had chaos, we have some clarity. We've got confusion, we started to connect people together. The third piece we want to talk about is complexity. Now, I'm not going to ask who remembers this, but my desk used to look like this. I had my computer, my fax machine, I had my Rolodex, I had my adding machine, my calculator. I had some of you don't remember this, okay? Some of you are too young, okay? But this is how we used to work. Complex, a little piece for everything. When we get together to work, here's some of the questions we ask. Where do we keep our stuff? Where are we going to start putting files? Where do we start putting things that we work together? That's a question we ask. Where are we going to talk about stuff? How are we going to discuss things? And how are we going to work together? Some of us work here, some of us work over here. How do we do all this? These are questions that cause us complexity. Because now I want to use people that are overseas or in another office. How do I use them? How do I leverage? How do I work as a team? And complexity makes things much harder. We want things to be simple. There's a concept called known knowns. These are the things that I know that I know. For instance, I know woodworking. I love to work with wood. I know about woodworking, chisels, saws. I know wood. I know woodworking. There's a thing called known unknowns. These are the things that I know that I don't know. For instance, I don't know how this stuff works. Those guys know how this stuff works, the technology people. But I know that I don't know that. I'm aware, that's fine. Somebody knows. There's a third piece though, however, which is what's causing a lot of turmoil. Unknown unknowns. These are things I don't know, and I don't know that I don't know them. Okay? Think about it. Have you ever searched for something and found something you didn't know existed, and you went, oh, wow, I never knew that was there. It's an unknown unknown. Right? I didn't know that existed, and that's the answer to my question. Business people today are saying the companies and the organizations that are going to succeed in the future are going to know how to leverage unknown unknowns. How am I curious? How do I find not answers to questions? How do I find new questions? How do I allow people to ask questions and be curious? Unknown unknowns. And because we know that there are unknown unknowns, we make decisions and we feel we're at risk. What do I not know? I'll make this decision, but there may be something I don't know. We'd like to help you with that. We'd like to help you discover those unknowns. To overcome complexity, you want it to be convenient. You need convenience. You need it to be easy. This is where Watson comes in. Watson, as a technology, begins to understand not search and find. Watson begins to understand behavior. He understands language, understands the context in which you speak. It begins to learn. Watson right now is being applied to doctors and to medical practice. It begins to look at all the patient records and begins to recommend to the doctor, this is what you should do. It can be applied to your business as well. And say, based on your business, these are some of the things you should do. Here's some of the unknown unknowns. There's a pedestal at the end here that talks about HR, and we'll talk about HR in a minute. But it actually uses Watson to help you ask better questions about your talent. Watson's incredible, not because it's a search engine, it helps you make better decisions. Last year, I fell and injured both knees. If you see me walking around, it's not because I'm old, I'm actually injured. And I have a cane that I walk with sometimes. Right now I'm doing very well, but stairs give me a problem. Stairs. When I walk into this lobby, I say I need to go upstairs. Now what's my decisions? I have to look. I can take the stairs. I can take the elevator. Oh, and the elevator doors are open. I'm observing, I'm looking. And then I'm beginning to interpret what's faster. Well, the elevator door is already open. It's here. I should take the elevator. It helps me to evaluate. Do I do this? Do I do this? What's available to me? And then it helps you make a decision. That's what Watson does. Watson doesn't tell you, you need to go up, take the stairs. Watson looks and says, what options are available to you? Who are you looking for? What type of thing are you trying to do? I will start giving you some ideas, and he'll say, I think this is the best answer, but for me, it might say, the best answer is the elevator. But Lewis, you need exercise. Take the stairs. Okay? This is just an example, but the point is, it will help you in your business. It allows you to do your work, and it looks for those little things that you need to pay attention to. It helps point you to the little pieces that you need in context of all that you're doing. This is an IBM workspace. This is something that we use. It takes my messages, my social posts, where people are trying to talk to me and get my attention. Watson looks at this and says, there are a number of people trying to get your attention around the work services. So it takes those messages and puts them together in this one card and allows me to flip back and forth. Flip back and forth. It begins to organize my day. It gives me convenience. So it clarifies all the stuff that I'm doing and pulls it together. It's one space as well, because I have my files, I have my conversations, I have people that I'm working with. Sometimes I want to use different tools. Maybe I want to use Slack. Maybe there's other things I want to pull together. This will pull it together. And not only will it pull it together, it begins to look, are people asking you questions? Are they asking for something in particular? And it's called moments. So it takes that information and organizes it and says, as far as this topic is concerned, of all the messages you have, this one is a person asking a question. This one is a person asking you to do something. So it pulls together what's important. So it helps me clarify my day. I'm looking forward to the day, and I've seen this demonstrated, in which Watson will say, I read your email. This person is looking for this document. I have already found it, because I know where you put it. You want me just to send it to them? And you go, yes, and it goes. Imagine Watson doing our work for us, doing the trivial work, allowing us to focus on the important work. Our fourth course. Now this is very relevant to HR. We have crowds of people. We have people, every one of these people, just in this room, have individual talents. You have individual desires and dreams. But it's a crowd of people. What do I do with this crowd? Your job in HR and your role of HR, for people that are here that are CIOs, please understand the HR people in your company, your organization, their role is changing. They're becoming much more important to you because people are what's going to make your company last and be successful. Richard Branson said, we used to think about customers. Now, he said, if I focus on my employees, they will take care of the customers. If they don't focus on the employees, the customers will never be happy. HR is becoming much more important. To overcome crowds, you need to make sure that your people are working in concert. You're very good at this task, I want you to do that. This person here is very good at that task, I want you to, it's like a concert. Everyone doing their part. Movie theaters. I'm sure you have movie theaters here, right? This is a company called AMC. They're movie theaters in the US. Where does movie theaters revenue, where do they make money? Anyone know? How does a movie theater make money? Popcorn. Exactly. It's not about the movie. It's about getting you in there so you can buy the $12 pack of popcorn or the $15 Coca-Cola or whatever it is. But it's all about popcorn and concessions. AMC came to us and said, we have 60 movie theaters. And there's a few of them that are doing really well. But we don't know why. They're not necessarily in the best cities, the best locations, but their revenue is high. Why is that? So we took our data scientists, our talent people, we went and said, okay, let's take a look at what you're doing. You know what we found? The places that were doing well, the young people behind the counter selling popcorn, they like to talk. They like to share. They weren't just taking orders, they'd talk to you. Oh, hi, what movie are you seeing? I've seen the latest Star Wars. And they go, you have a small Coke. That's a long movie. You need a big Coke, because there's no break, no action. You must come in. So they sell a large Coke. And the person would buy a large Coke. And because they were talking, their revenue went up. So what did we do? We said, this is the way you need to change the way you hire people. You're hiring people just because they'll be there on time, and they have a car, or whatever. You need to start asking questions like, tell me about yourself. Tell me your story. Find the people who talk. If you find the people who talk, you'll find the people who can serve your customers. You can do the same thing in your organization. Your organizations, be it a bank, an insurance company, a manufacturing company, your people, you have a brand. You can make sure that the people are in the right place at the right time. And because it's a mix, it's not just science, it's not just answering questions. There's some art to it. How do I ask questions? What questions do I ask? There's data behind it. Because we have the largest group of data of talent type data scientists, the people who do things like the behavior of companies, we have a lot of data over years that we can compare and begin to look. What are some of the things that have succeeded in the past? How can we use it today? So data is important as well. So Watson Talent gives you that ability to make sure that you're putting the right person in the right job. And it's not just about once a year doing a survey. Okay, we do surveys. I don't know what they have it here, but in the US, we're told go to the doctor once a year, at least once a year. Physical examination. Is that okay? When you go to the doctor, they put the blood pressure cuff on your arm, and then what do? You go, and you just try to be very peaceful, so that the number is good, right? It's like you try to trick the system on my blood pressure, and whatever that number is, they mark that down, and that's your blood pressure for the year. No, that's your blood pressure for that second. Just as soon as you leave, your blood pressure goes up. When you do a survey with a company, often the answers that you get, especially if you do it every year and it's the same questions, if they just get the survey and they're like, oh, and they just fill it in, right? It's better to have like a Fitbit, something on your arm, keeping blood pressure all the time. How do I keep in touch with what people are thinking today? We just launched a new product. What are our people saying about it? We just announced a new president. What does that mean? You can do things like pulse surveys. You can do things like engagement studies. You keep doing these things because it keeps track of what's going on. Talent insights, the example you can see here. This actually, you can take your data about your employees, and Watson will look at that with you. And you'll say, tell me the people who stay at our company the longest based on age, when we hired them. And it'll show you that data. But then it'll also, Watson will look at this and say, but you have other data over here, and this is interesting. It has a thing called interestingness. This is something that's interesting. Have you ever compared how long people have stayed at your company with their previous job or their education or the fact, and you add that data to it, now you have better questions, right? Insights. Watson Recruitment helps you find the right talent. Remember, you want to find certain people. You want to ask the right questions. Career coach, once you get them in the company, they have dreams, they have desires. You hired them to do a particular job, but yet they have skills, they might be able to help you with another job. Maybe you're going to, this is something that happened. In the US, we have telecom companies, telephone companies, right, telecom? And they needed the people that climbed the towers to inspect the, they don't do that anymore. They use drones. They fly drones up. And by the way, some of these drones are Watson-enabled drones to look at the system. They need drone pilots. Where do you find drone pilots? People who play games. How many employees play games? Who might be good drone pilots, right? So you have to go from chaos to clarity, confusion to connection. You need to take what's complex and bring in context and last crowds to concept. I live in the US, in Savannah, Georgia, which is right here. This is a hurricane. Hurricanes would come at us once a year, twice a year. Whenever it happened, we had a decision to make. Usually people just left. The people on the island would just leave, move out, or board up their homes and get out. When I was a kid, I would remember watching the news and I'd see cars coming off the island. But sometimes there were cars going to the island. And I thought, who are these nuts going to the island? They were surfers. They saw the hurricane come in and they said, big waves, yay! And they'd rush out there and they'd surf, and then they'd get their boards and try to head home, right, before the island closed off. If you see a storm like this, you can board up, or you can look and say, this is an opportunity. You might be able to do something with this. The other type of people were these people. They came after the storm. They would check the beach. You know why? Because storms would wash stuff up. It would uncover things. Every day in your organization, new ideas are being uncovered. Disruption is causing uncovery. It allows you to look at the things. You have a choice to make. You have a challenge. Do I just keep doing what I'm doing and not make a change? Do I look at this thing that's happening as a storm? Do I look at it as an opportunity? Am I going to uncover new talent? So I implore you to think about today, when as you're shown the technology that's behind this and the solutions that are behind this, think about how you might apply it to do things different. And one last thing, I'm worldwide. So if you listen today and you said this is interesting, we'd like to have someone come and tell our management about this, or share this with our other people, I'm available, okay? So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.